Hi everyone! Today I am doing a post vlog sale follow-up commentary video. I thought I would share with you which items I have sold in my recent vlog sale and which item has not sold. I think you could tell by what's sitting behind me, and also my thought process. What questions I asked myself to help me decide which items I was going to let go. It was not easy. This was probably the toughest round of downsizing or decluttering that I have done in all my time doing YouTube. And so I wanted to talk you through how I'm feeling today after having shipped everything off to their new owners. I'm hoping that all the items will arrive safely and that each item will be enjoyed thoroughly by their new owners. I also mentioned in my vlog sale that there were two other bags that I was going to let go. I had put them on the chopping block, but at the very last minute I pulled them off the chopping block. And so I'm going to show you which two bags those were and why I decided to hang on to them for a bit longer. So this right here is the one and only item that has not sold yet from my vlog sale. It's the APC bucket bag. And actually now that I see I'm wearing my brown, this is like a dark chocolatey brown linen belted dress. It's so comfortable. It's from Goelia, and this color makes it an easy transition piece between summer and fall, but it's still very light and breezy because the weather's still kind of warm here. But now that I see these two together, I think it goes really well, and this is a beautiful fall color. So I'm actually okay with this not having sold. I'm going to just use it, enjoy it for this season, and then see how I feel in a few months. I have a feeling that it didn't sell because of this scratch mark here, even though I priced it well below retail. I know that this is going to bother a lot of people. It bothers me. So I'm just going to use it since I'm the culprit behind the scratch. I will just use it and enjoy it for now. But all of the other items have sold, and they sold at pretty lightning speed. So the very first item that sold within like the first few minutes, I want to say, someone reached out to me after the video went live, was the Chanel filigree wallet on chain. I sold that to a fellow New Yorker. And then also the Louis Vuitton Speedy B 35 in the Damier Ebene, gorgeous piece, very hard to let go as well. And also the brand new LV pochette accessoire that I had been saving for my daughter to give to her when she's a little older, but I decided to let that go and just hang on to the other pochette accessoire that I've been using for myself for years. It's not going to be new when I pass it on to her, but it will have memories attached to when I used it, so I'm just going to hang on to that one. Also let go of the YSL compact wallet and this Alexis Bitar clutch that I had carried to New York Fashion Week. Carries really fun memories with me. And I also let go of these beautiful Chanel suede boots. And the only reason why is because the heels were too high for me. And then finally, I can't believe I did this, but I let go of my Celine classic box bag, and that was admittedly the hardest one for me to let go. But here are the questions I asked myself to help me decide, was I ready to let go? Two questions, very simple. First question was, am I using and enjoying this item just as much as I was in the past? Meaning, do I still enjoy this as much as I did in the previous years? And for each of these items, the answer was no. For whatever reason, I was definitely not using or enjoying them as much as I had in the past. With the exception of the LV pochette accessoire, of course, because that was never meant for me, so it was never used. The second question I asked myself was, then do I see myself using and enjoying this item more in the future? Because sometimes we take breaks from things. We're not always going to use an item in every season of our lives. So we might use something a lot and then pause for a while and then come back around to it. So you don't want to make a rash decision and then regret it, right? But for each of these items, I tried to visualize myself in the future using, carrying, enjoying these items. And I couldn't see myself using them or enjoying them any more than now, which was not a lot. So I thought, if I'm not enjoying these items as much as I did in the past, and I don't see myself enjoying them more in the future, then what is the point? So I let them go, and sometimes it feels bittersweet, especially the Celine Classic box bag. Like I said, the Speedy B 35, that was a really hard one for me as well. But I tried to remind myself of a couple of things. There were actually two Bible verses that resonated with me during this period of time when I was looking to let go. One is from Luke chapter 12, verse 15. It says, "Life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." And then Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 6 says, "A time to keep and a time to cast away." Those are simple verses, but they helped me during this time to remember that attaching myself to material possessions is not the way to go. I know that never feels healthy. That's not where my joy comes from. That's not where my treasure lies, right? I think we all know deep down that true luxury, as I always say, is not the stuff that we buy in stores, but we enjoy them and they're fun and they're nice to have and I like to use them. So it's always that fine line, and I'm always trying to aim for balance, but this is my version of trying to find that balance. There's also something interesting called the endowment effect, and I learned about this years ago. So this is science-based. There is a psychological effect that takes place when we own an item, okay? So let's say I see this cup in a store, fine, and there's a price tag on it. Let's say it's $8. Okay, but for some reason, when we own it, let's say I bought this cup, I brought it home. Now, for some reason, our brain tells us that this is worth way more than $8 or whatever the price was. Why? Because it's ours. That's simply it. Because when we own something and we have memories attached to it and we've used it, for some reason our brains tell us that this is now precious, too precious to let go. Their value has gone up artificially, right? So especially with these designer handbags as well, because I enjoy them so much and I'm a real fan of handbags, sometimes I really have to pause and remind myself that it's okay to let go. If I'm not using and enjoying something, let it go. The value comes from freeing up the space, freeing up the dollars, knowing that someone else will enjoy it, giving it a second life. Hoarding behaviors or the mentality that more is more, just constantly accumulating more, that for me doesn't work. I've always been that person that's kind of on the fence where I would like to enjoy nice things, but I also don't want to be overwhelmed and feel like I'm over consuming. So it's been this delicate dance for many, many years, my whole life, and I'm always trying to find that balance. And sometimes I'm under, sometimes I'm over. So I just wanted to share that because for those of you who are in a downsizing or decluttering stage of life, I'm hoping it'll be helpful. Now let me show you the two bags that I pulled off the chopping block. First one, I think you would have been shocked if I had included this in the vlog sale because this is one of the bags that I had said I would probably never let go, but never say never. So the sun's coming in strong here, but it is the Givenchy Mini Antigona in this gorgeous caramel color. It's such a perfect fall color actually. Goes really nicely with this dark chocolatey brown linen dress that I'm wearing. I was going to sell this because I thought it is almost identical to the color of my Hermes Birkin 30, the gold color. And I thought, do I really need two top handle bags in this color? But this has been with me for years. It is a workhorse. It is season proof, weatherproof. It holds a lot. And just because it's the same color doesn't mean that I use it the same way. And I asked myself those two questions. Am I using it and enjoying it as much as I did in the past? The answer was no. But do I see myself using it and enjoying it more in the future? Yeah, I think so. So because it was half and half, I decided to hold off for now, see how I feel after this season passes, maybe revisit the idea of letting this go, but for now it is staying. And then the other bag, another shocker that I was planning to let go, is the vintage Chanel Classic Flap black lambskin silver hardware. It's getting washed out by all the sunlight here, but you know this bag if you've been on my channel for a while. This one, I just don't use as much. It's never been one of my most used at all, but I hunted and hunted for this. If you watch my earlier videos, you'll know the whole story. And it's really hard to get the vintage with the silver hardware. It's the flat CC silver hardware. And I thought this is going to be really hard to replace, or, you know, I might, if I regret it, then sucks for me kind of thing. But still, I thought, you know what? I have other bags that I use more, and I have other Chanel bags too. So I'm going to let this go. But it was my daughter my 15-year-old daughter who asked me not to sell this. And I feel like when you have a daughter, and I only have one daughter, it's almost as if she has like veto power, because I want to give her all of my stuff eventually, you know, my bags, my clothes she already takes, my jewelry if she wants it. I would like to save some things for my son's future wife at some point. This is like down the road, but if she says, oh, can you keep that for me? You know, I don't really have a compelling reason to say, no, it's going, it's leaving. You know, I have space for it. I'm not in a rush to let this go. So she's the one who kind of put the brakes on this one, and maybe at some point she'll change her mind or something will change and this will be back on the chopping block. But for now, it's staying. By the way, this is also leaving my collection, and this is the beautiful RSVP Golden Eyes bag. It can be used as a clutch, it can be used as a shoulder bag or crossbody. I adore this and I've used it quite a bit, but it's in pristine condition, and I decided to add this in my recent giveaway. If you missed that video, I'll link it up above. I didn't announce it because I didn't want random people coming to try to win something, because I wanted to make it exclusive to this community as a way of me saying thank you for supporting me and for supporting my videos over the years. But I'm doing a triple giveaway. So 3 items will be given away this month, just ahead of my 6-year YouTube anniversary. And this is one of the bags that I'm going to be including in that giveaway. So I'm really being pretty brutal about which bags go and which bags stay. Even the bags I really like this one, and some of the ones that I included in my vlog sale, I'm just kind of slicing and dicing, especially black bags, because I know I have a lot of black bags. So yeah, this beauty is going to be given away to one of you. And this is the bag that I've been using a lot, which is kind of newer to me. It's from the Australian brand Maison de Sabre, and it's got the little tomato charm. I have my cough drops in here. So this is such an easy bag. I showed this, I did a full review. I also did a comparison with the Hermes Mini Evelyn with this. This is bigger, it holds a lot, and it's just been so easy for me. So in terms of black bags, this has been kind of my go-to lately. So now that I've freed up some of my space, mental space also, letting go of some items, it frees me up to just have more fun, experiment with different bags, not feel as overwhelmed. So that is it for today. I hope that you got something out of this video, at least some eye candy, but hopefully some helpful tips that will encourage you as well on your downsizing or decluttering journey. Or maybe you're in a different stage of life where you are accumulating, and that's totally okay too. I've been through all the stages up and down, and I'm just at a point where I'm craving more simplicity. So as much as I enjoy what I have, when it gets to a point, there's like a tipping point for me, and that's when I usually have to just, you know, get into that place of, okay, which ones do I really enjoy and which ones are going, and kind of be like strict with myself, and still I am left with more than enough, right? So again, back to that abundance mindset, enjoying what we already have. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.